Jay, we are almost set for the opening tip of a varsity girls basketball game between the West Brunswick High School Trojans and the Hoggard High Vikings. It feels like about a year since we've been on air here, but we got a great ATMC TV high school basketball game of the week coming to you.
It finally warmed up enough that we could play basketball. Who would have ever said that?
It was the first time I've been outside in about a week or so after this cold snap.
Well, let me tell you, it's the weather's turned beautiful, and so it's time to have some lovely high school basketball here on ATMC, and what better than the West and Hoggard girls to kick things off in the 2018 calendar year for us here tonight.
Yeah, Jay, certainly lovely to be back, and the Trojans are going to have to do a good job against Hoggard's Lola Lovett.
Yeah, Lovett's a good player, Sam. She's a senior. She averages 14.5 points a game, 3.4 rebounds per contest. She gets a lot of help from Keely Britt, another senior who double digits in points, 4.5 boards, and 1.8 steals per game. The thing that's impressive about Boubacar Al's team, I think, is their defense. Sam, the last two games this squad has played, they've only given up a total of 27 points. That's pretty good D no matter where you're playing. And, of course, Boubacar was from Georgetown. You probably know because you're up on this stuff, but he is actually ranked as in the top 100. He's number 70 all-time Georgetown basketball player, so that's pretty tall cotton, pal, and he's brought that kind of defensive intensity here to the high school level with his Hoggard Vikings.
Yeah, Jay, he certainly knows a thing or two about defense, having played under the legendary John Thompson Sr. You think he carries a towel over his shoulder like Coach Thompson did at Georgetown?
I'm not sure he's gotten that far along with it, but he probably could.
And we're off here in Charlotte. The Trojans enter the game with an 8-5 overall record, 1-2 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. The Hoggard Vikings are an impressive 12-2. Undefeated 4-0 in league play, of course led by Lovett and her 14.5 points per game.
West is packing it in the zone, going to make them shoot from the outside.
And that's what Hoggard's going to try on the first possession. The rebound bounced around. Dinah Jeffries eventually comes up with it for the Trojans.
It's a good defensive possession that time by Dylan Johnson's Lady Trojans to see if they can get something out of their offense. Teams played really well this year, Sam. The Lady Trojans, a pretty solid year of basketball. 8 wins already.
Jay, it will be interesting to see what the Trojans can get tonight from Logan Locklear, who's playing with not one but 2 sprained ankles. You can see both ankles wrapped and braces here on West Brunswick's number 4. She has really been bit by the injury bug in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. She is an excellent player, averages 6.5 points a game. That's a good look inside. Hoggard just couldn't convert. Locklear is a solid player, and she's just giving it all out there despite having the injured ankles.
And that's Blair Barefoot, who comes up with a steal. Pass ahead to number 14, Lola Lovett, who puts it in for 2.
Yeah, Lola Lovett's a leading scorer. Right back down the other end, Leanna Mintz.
Mintz starting in the place of Brianna B.B. Mercer. Is recovering from a little bit of sickness, did not play in West Brunswick's loss last night at New Hanover. We will see her in action here tonight against the Vikings. Jeffries deflects the pass, but Lovett corrals it for the Vikings, and Barefoot's got it up top. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the opening period. We're tied at 2 apiece. Barefoot into Keely Britt. Britt shot up, in, plus the harm. Hoggard leads 4-2.
You got to deny that entry pass that time. Leanna Mintz got caught behind 34, Keely Britt. So pretty solid player on her own, averaging 10-4 a game, 4.5 boards, and almost 2 steals.
And a nice looking free throw stroke as she converts the old-fashioned three-point play to push the Vikings ahead 5-2. Gore drives in, layup up, no good. She's fouled, and Tyra Gore, who's something of a Swiss Army knife for this West Brunswick team, will go to the line for two. Jay, she does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she really does. That's a great analogy. Top two in all the statistical categories for this team. Points, nearly 10 a game. 4.7 boards, 2.3 steals. Very, very versatile player. She's had a real nice career here at West and finishing it up with a pretty darn solid senior year.
Boy, West Brunswick had two girls right there for the rebound. Ball kind of came off of both of them and into the hands of the Hoggard Vikings, who lead 5-3 with 5:10 left in the opening frame. That's Barefoot. She lines up a three, no good. And there's the Swiss Army knife, Gore with the rebound.
Yeah, it's great position by Tyra at that time, and came down with the rebound. West just working hard defensively. That's a good look inside that time. And West, the right idea, just not able to convert, but Gore looking inside for Mintz. Ball bounces off Leanna's hands out of bounds, so Hoggard takes over.
And Jay, with a clean catch there on the high pass, Mintz can knock down that mid-range jumper. She's very much capable of that, so West getting some good looks at the basket in the early stages.
Mintz, a young player, only a sophomore.
That's 14, Lola Lovett, who puts in the baseline jumper as Hoggard takes a 7-3 lead.
Yeah, Lovett looks like she could handle herself pretty well out on the floor offensively.
Jeffries loses it, and there's a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with the Trojans. And Jay, we'll get our first look at BB Mercer.
Well, BB obviously comes into the game, and the one thing you see is size, 6'3", averaging 11.5 points a game, and Dinah Jeffries takes advantage of the big girl inside that time with the basket.
West Brunswick playing well here early as Britt gets it. She fakes Mercer. Britt gets her own rebound, and Britt is pushed to the ground. Foul called on Mercer almost to the midway point of the first quarter. It's Hoggard 7, West Brunswick 5. Open look there for Barefoot from the corner, no good. She gets her own rebound, floater up, off the rim, no good. Out of bounds off of Hoggard's number 44, Angel Smith.
Now Mercer inside that time contesting the board, and ball goes out of bounds off Hoggard, so West will bring it in. There's the full court pressure by Hoggard. West breaks it.
Gore's shot, no good. Mercer's got the rebound. She puts it up and in, and we're all tied up at 7.
Well, that's one thing B. Mercer's learned how to do here the past year or so, is to collect offensive rebounds, and West forces a turnover down the other end.
Jay, really inspired effort from these West Brunswick girls in the early stages of this one, getting good looks on offense, doing a good job handling Hoggard's pressure.
They're playing well. This is a 12-2 Hoggard team, undefeated in the conference. And West not backing down at all, but a lot of pressure on the ball. That is a good timeout by Dylan Johnson, because Logan Locklear was in the wrong place on the court.
Yeah, Hoggard trapped West Brunswick's Jada Allen there, and Jada, a nice stroke there from Hoggard. Look, that was a different look than West had seen in the first, we'll call it 4.5 minutes. They trapped in the half court there, and West had all kinds of problems before that timeout. Wise call from Dylan Johnson.
Well, a very wise call, and a good call by Boubacar Al as well. He'll mix things up defensively, and as we mentioned, this squad is a tough team to score against. They only give up 39 a game.
Our ATMC TV basketball game of the week is brought to you by John Donahue Automotive. Need a new car? Want a pre-owned? John Donahue Automotive is your Buick, GMC, Chevy, and pre-owned dealer. Take the quick trip down 130 and check out its great selection. John Donahue Automotive can also service your vehicle. Give them a call today at 910-642-2400. John Donahue Automotive, a new way to buy a vehicle. Jay, I get the sense, through the first 4 minutes, Logan just doesn't look quite right. She look a little ginger to you as Jada Allen puts it in off the glass.
Well, she does, but, not so much that she couldn't make an excellent pass that time across court to Allen, who kisses it off the glass and gives Wes a 9-7 lead.
Lovett swings the pass across. That's going to go to Smith on the baseline. Misses the jumper. Nice job by Locklear to corral the defensive rebound.
It's all about positioning, and Logan was doing a great job that time of establishing position to pull down that defensive board.
Locklear rifles one, no good. Mercer comes up with it, misses the shot, and Hoggard comes up with the defensive rebound.
That's what a kid can do when she's as tall and as big as Mint. Brianna Mercer, 6'3", can reach over, come up with a board or a rebound and not even commit a foul.
Mia Boone attempts a three-pointer for Hoggard. It's off the rim and no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Logan Locklear, and the Vikings will retain possession.
Lots of substitutes in for West Brunswick. That's a walk, and the officials called it.
Lovett tried to pump fake there, but her feet got ahead of her a little bit, and she's whistled for a travel. The West Brunswick Trojans lead 9-7, 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Boy, Logan knew it as soon as it happened, a double dribbling violation. So after Hoggard's turnover, about 7 seconds later, the Trojans turn it right back over to the Vikings.
That's one of those unforced errors, Sam. You hate to commit that, especially against a team as talented as Hoggard. You only get so many possessions, so many chances. They're going to make you pay.
There she is. That's number 14, Lola Lovett. She's got 7 quick ones, and Hoggard leads 10-9, 2 minutes left in the opening frame.
Yeah, she's a good player.
Locklear tried to get a pass there to Mintz in the short corner. It was deflected out of bounds. West Brunswick will have possession in the far corner there. Our first look at West Brunswick's number 10, Gwenna Gentle. Allen's gonna try a three. Ooh, no good. It looked dead on line. She goes for the save, knocks it out of bounds. Hoggard will have the ball, 1:44 left in the first.
But Jada Allen is not afraid to put it up. She's a pretty good outside shooter too, Sam. She can get on a roll here and score some points quick for West.
Jay, it's been an interesting arc to Allen's career. It was just a couple years ago as Britt puts it in for 2 for the Vikings. Jada Allen pretty much had to do all the scoring for this varsity girls team. I mean, there were games where she had 15, 17, 18 points. A little different role this year as West Brunswick's girls program, has found more balance and got some scoring from some different players.
Yeah, it's a good point, Sam, and she's adjusted accordingly, and the result is in the record, right? That West coming in tonight 8-5. That's a great year by West Brunswick girls basketball standards. All the points on the board so far tonight are from the big 2, Lovett and Keely Britt.
Nice skip pass there to Barefoot. She makes one more pass to Lovett, and Lovett is on fire. She knocks in a 3, and the Vikings have their biggest lead of the night at 15-9.
Well, when a player can take the pass and not have to put the ball on the ground, go right up for the shot, which is what Lovett's doing, it's a sign of a real good basketball player.
Now Barefoot's going to try. That's off the rim. No good. Logan Locklear with a defensive rebound.
Hoggard's going to get those kinds of shots from the top because of the threat of Lovett from the corner.
Jada Allen with a wise move there. Instead of burning another timeout, trapped in the corner, she flings it off the foot of a Hoggard player out of bounds. West Brunswick keeps possession.
So he's still got 19.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Plenty of time to get a good shot off. Allen goes right up, and it bounces off.
10 seconds left in the first quarter. Barefoot drives all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Allen's gonna fire it up from three-quarter court, no good. And that's gonna end the opening 8 minutes of play. And Jay, it was back and forth for the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. Hoggard ended that frame on a 9-0 run, and the Vikings lead 17-9 after the first.
The students before this program didn't understand what journalism or responsible journalism was and how important it is to society right now. And being in this class and being partnered with major names like ATMC and PBS and UNC-TV, they understand that what they're doing is so critical and so important, really to ensuring that responsible journalism. And they've gotten to this place now where not only do they see the importance in it, but they want to do their very, very best. This is a STEM-based reporting labs for PBS and UNC-TV out of Chapel Hill. So these students are not only, working towards their future careers, but they're already working with major news organizations, major journalism organizations, and every year we're adding to that and making sure that these students know that they have these opportunities for scholarships, for college, and for career advancement as soon as they graduate out of these classes. The grant that I applied for was specifically for lighting equipment. We didn't have any lighting at the time, so the students were having to work with a lot of natural light and creating light with different shades. So now we actually have professional grade lighting in our soon-to-be studio. ATMC is such a huge benefit to this community. I know myself and several other teachers that have applied for grants and received grants and funding from them, and it means so much because it's a co-op. So they're really for the community, they're providing back to their community, and it's just, to me, it shows how great it is to be down here in Brunswick County and to be linked up with someone like ATMC. We just really appreciate having them donate and really see our vision and try to help bring that to light in the classroom.
And we're almost set for the beginning of the second quarter. Jay, first quarter impressions.
First 6 minutes, an even game. Last 2 minutes, decidedly in the favor of Hoggard. 9 straight points, I think you said, Sam, and 17-9 lead. And certainly, Lowell Lovett on fire with 10 of those 17 points for Hoggard.
West looking to kind of climb back into the game, and that's going to help as Hoggard is whistled for a 3-second violation, and that'll give the ball back to the Trojans.
He has another good defensive possession that time by West Brunswick, packing that zone in, moving quick to the ball, and denying a shot and picked up the 3 seconds.
Locklear finds Mintz in the high post. She kicks it over to Jada Allen, open for a 3. Good looking shot, but off the back iron and no good. And Mintz gets up slow for West Brunswick, and that's going to bring Mercer back to the scorer's table.
It was a good offensive sequence by West the last time. They had a good shot, just couldn't convert it.
Boy, three-pointer online, but no good for Hoggard's Olivia Hawkins. A whistle stops play, and I believe that whistle was to let Leanna Mintz come out of the game after falling to the ground on the other end. She was slow to get up. Mercer checks into the game for Mintz. West Brunswick trails 17-9, 7 minutes left before halftime. Boy, Jay, that Natyra Gore is fearless. I mean, she'll put her head down and take it in there. She's just so much fun to watch.
She is. At that time, a nice ball fake by Tyra Gore, and put the ball down on the floor and drove the baseline. And got a shot off, couldn't convert, but she's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
And Natyra Gore with the shooter's touch on the first one. She knocks it in. 17-10 lead for Hoggard. 6:54 to go before halftime, and Gore's going to see if she can knock in a pair. Free throw attempt is up. No good. Lovett's got the rebound for the Vikings.
Hoggard tries to get that ball down court quick. West doing a good job transitionally that time getting back.
Well, Jay, another thing this Hoggard team does is they move the ball exceptionally well. I mean, it doesn't stick with one person for more than a couple seconds. And it's, you know, the ball's rotating, you got cutters. Just a really nice Hoggard offense. Good job by Jada Allen, almost coming up with a steal. Hoggard in trouble in the corner, and head coach Boubacar Al calls for a timeout with 6:25 left in the second quarter. Vikings lead the Trojans 17-10. And our entire team here, including Mr. Jay Combs and your play-by-play maestro, Sam Hickman, would like to thank John Donahue Automotive for its sponsorship of our Game of the Week. Need a new car or want a pre-owned? John Donahue Automotive is your Buick, GMC, Chevy, and pre-owned dealer. Take the quick trip down 130 and check out its great selection. John Donahue Automotive can also service your vehicle. Just give them a call today at 910-642-2400. John Donahue Automotive, a new way to buy a vehicle. Three-pointer up and good by number 23, Olivia Hawkins. And just like that, Hoggard has a 10-point lead.
Hoggard very patient that time, looking for the good shot. Came to Hawkins, and she converted.
Gore misses. Mercer's got the rebound. She's fouled on the putback attempt, and BB Mercer's going to go to the line for two.
Well, you can't teach tall, Sam, and Brianna's got that, 6'3", and she's a big kid too. So once she establishes herself inside, tough to get around her. She's averaging 11.5 points a game this year. She is a junior, 5 rebounds.
She misses a pair from the charity stripe. West nearly comes up with the offensive rebound, but Hoggard's got it, pushing it across the timeline. Barefoot's got it, swings it over to Hawkins, who just knocked in a three-pointer. Skip pass to Barefoot on the right wing. Another clean look for Hawkins. Three-pointer up and good. And Olivia Hawkins doing a lot of damage here early in the second period. That's back-to-back threes for the senior guard.
Yeah, some night they go in, Olivia averages 2.8 points a game. She's got 6 already. Donna Jeffries kisses one off the glass down the other end for West Brunswick, but what started out as a kind of a good-looking effort tonight by West is slowly starting to slip away from them, trailing the visitors from Hoggard 23-12.
Jay, that shot from Jeffries had some funky spin on it. You know, she's got a knack. You know, a lot of times it looks like these shots she takes are contested. You know, she's a small, guard, small player, but she just has a knack for those little funky angles off the glass. A really nice player. And head coach Dylan Johnson will welcome Dinah back next year with open arms after losing, Natyra, Jada, and Logan Lockley, a core group of seniors.
He'll take a little bit of that uptown funk. I know that, right? So anything to get the ball in the bucket is going to be well received here in Charlotte.
I think these West Brunswick fans are dying to see her next year.
Ooh, Sam, you got a future in writing, my friend.
I told you before the game I was rusty, Carter.
We all are.
Hawkins avoids the trap, gets into Barefoot, who drives the lane. Her floater is up and good. Really nice play from junior guard Blair Barefoot.
Yeah, that teardrop float shot, it seems like so many of the kids you watch play ball now have it. It's become a part of the shooting arsenal, and there's a good shot inside by Leanna Mintz.
Leanna Mintz with 4 points here in the first half. 4:10 left. West Brunswick hanging around. It's 25-14 Vikings. But West doing a really nice job, Jay, executing its offense. They've got several clean looks. That's a three-pointer up, no good. Gore almost came up with the rebound. Allen throws it off of number 21, Millie Kiesler, and West Brunswick will have possession.
Now Millie Kiesler, a senior forward, a couple of boards a game. A lot of good talent on the Hoggard team. Let me tell you, these kids got a pretty deep bench. They can go down to 8, 9, 10, and the players that they bring off are quality players. Kiesler being one of them.
Jay, that's another one, you know, if you're West Brunswick against a 12-2 team, you know, it's a play that just has to be avoided, quite frankly. You know, not even a lot of pressure from the Hoggard defense, just kind of a throwaway.
Well, you're right. You only get so many chances, and when you're playing a great team like Hoggard, and there's a nice execution that time to Angel Smith, when you're playing a good team like Hoggard, they're just going to eat you up if you give them that many free chances.
Gentle's got it in the corner, and Allen throws it off. Love it. The ball goes out of bounds.
That's at least the third, maybe the fourth time tonight. And gosh, we still have 3 minutes to go in the second quarter that Jada Allen has bounced the ball off her opponent's leg out of bounds.
And Jay, once I think it was, she was trapped, double teamed in the corner. The other two times it looked like she just kind of held it.
She's just good at it. So I bet she's good in dodgeball, right? Oh, that's aggressive defense by Hoggard. Pretty
nice
good
defense there by Gentle, but Britt is open down low. She puts it in, and the Vikings have their biggest lead of the night at 29-14. Locklear's got a clean look off the glass, off the rim, no good. And Hoggard's pushing the pace. Barefoot with a nice pass into Angel Smith, who almost loses it, corrals it. Oh, Lovett's open on the wing. She knocks it in, but she walked when she caught it. Kind of took a little hop there, Jay, and traveled. But boy, good looking stroke again.
She just was a little out of position when she caught the basketball, and rather than put the ball on the floor to reestablish her pivot foot, she just shuffled it. But yeah, she's got a nice looking shot, Sam. Boy, these kids really work hard on defense. Look at the defense move to the ball.
That's a foul called on Hoggard's number 32, Mia Boone. West Brunswick will have possession out of bounds. 2:19 left in the first half. It's Hoggard 29, West Brunswick 14.
Tough for the Lady Trojans to get a clean look at the basket. And there's another unforced error by West. Ill-advised pass that time. But it is difficult offensively for West to get in any kind of continuity offensively because of the aggressive and tenacious defense on the part of the Vikings.
Good look from Lovett to Britt, and Britt has got 9 points here in the first half. 1:50 left before halftime, and the Vikings lead by 17.
Yeah, their kids are constantly moving, and that time a good backdoor cut by Britt. And they're going to push this ball up court. You watch these kids bring the ball up court, their heads are up. They are looking to advance the ball.
Good look into Angel Smith. The ball is blocked by Autumn Bland. Nice defense from the sophomore, and the Trojans have possession.
Hoggard, again though, executing their offense that time, not able to get a shot off. But Boubacar Al has got a pretty good team here, Sam.
Allen with the floater, high off the rim, no good. Dombrowski comes up with the offensive rebound. She's trapped in the corner. I believe a foul was called on the Hoggard Vikings, so the Trojans will retain possession.
You know, Dombrowski is a kid to keep an eye on. Statistically not doing much, 1 point, 1 rebound, but she's only in the 9th grade. So when you're a freshman and you can play on the varsity level, which Alexis is doing this year, you got to be a pretty good ball player, pretty bright future.
Diana Jeffries open on the baseline, shot is no good. Hoggard's got the rebound and quickly get it to Lovett, who pushes it across the timeline and gets it to Blair barefoot.
Constant movement, cuts in, cuts out.
Three-pointer rims out from number 32, Mia Boone, and the Trojans collect the defensive rebound. 40 seconds left here before halftime. West trails by 17.
Right idea, just not able to execute. Hoggard going to get a chance here to score.
Dinah Jeffries gets her hand on it. Gore's got the steal. She's pushing the pace for the Trojans, nearly loses it. She's picked up her dribble. She's got Gentile short on the layup attempt. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Hoggard. 13.6 seconds left in the first half. Looks like Coach Al wants to draw up a play right before halftime, as Hoggard has seized a 31-14 advantage here in the opening 16 minutes of game action. Jay, this is a well-coached Hoggard team and playing against a very well-coached West Brunswick team. For our viewers who might not be as familiar, Jay, you were around a couple years ago, 3 years ago, before Dylan Johnson got in here. How much better is this West Brunswick varsity girls basketball team?
Well, I don't want to say day and night because that's probably a little harsh, but they are significantly better. Much improved offensively, defensively. And as I said earlier on, I guess the best barometer, Sam, is to look. They've got 8 wins already. My golly, they went 2 years without having 8 wins.
Britt finds barefoot, open, no good. Offensive rebound for the Vikings, thrown up and over the basket. Dead ball. The halftime buzzer sounds, and after 16 minutes of action, it's the visiting Hoggard Vikings 31 and the West Brunswick High School Trojans 14.
Hey, Sam, man, it's Jay.
Hey, partner.
Didn't you tell me you know a guy that's got some heavy equipment? I need a load of dirt.
Don't worry, man. I got you.
Sam, this isn't what I had in mind.
He'll be done any time now.
I knew we should have called J.P. Russ & Son.
Serving Brunswick County since 1947, J.P. Russ & Son has become the local leader in all your heavy equipment needs. We also haul any material, even rock. Give J.P. Russ & Son a call today.
We used the grant money to start our leadership initiative. We focused on Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, and I read it and I thought, who can I get on board with this? And I found Ms. Schmidt, and she was willing to do it. And so over the summer we wrote the grant, and we thought about if we got the money, what would we do from it? Part of the money went to us building a student council, and I've been here, like I said, 15 years, and we've never had a student council.
Our student council has been the biggest change, watching them from beginning of the year to the end of the year. Hearing them on the announcements in the morning, they would have shaky voices, and now they have no problem grabbing a microphone and putting it in front of them. And
we started that. We started a Begin with the End in Mind hallway, where we focus on kids and their goals for college in the future and looking at where their teachers came from.
Initially, at the beginning of the year, kids' plan did not include college. It was, we're going to high school and hopefully we'll graduate. We're trying to change the dialogue from college isn't an option to I am going to college. That is my next step after graduating. It's amazing. Some of our kids want to go to Davidson because Steph Curry went to Davidson, and that's not an easy goal for them and maybe not achievable, but just the fact that they think it's available to them makes a huge difference.
So from there, it just became this great big thing that, you know, it's exceeded all of our expectations thanks to, you know, ATMC for giving us that money and letting us try it out. Otherwise, I don't think that it would have gotten to this level.
And we're set for the start of the second half. The Trojans trail Hoggard by 17 as West will try to chip away at that lead against a really good 12-2 Hoggard team, and the Trojans turn it over on the first possession of the second half. Bang. And that's number 32, Mia Boone, her first basket of the night, and the Vikings lead by 20 here in the early stages of the third quarter.
That is some long-distance shooting, Sam.
Nice move by Natira Gore. Shot was all the way down, no good. Mintz with a nice job on the offensive glass. She's fouled on the putback attempt, and Mintz, who scored 4 in the first half, will go to the line for 2.
You know, Leanna Mintz getting some minutes tonight in place of Brianna Mercer. Mintz only a sophomore, Sam, so she's getting some valuable playing time this year for Dylan Johnson's squad. It's going to pay big dividends not only throughout the rest of this season, but certainly into the next couple of years of her high school career.
And Mintz splits a pair. It's 34-15 as Lovett is called for a traveling violation and give the ball back to the Trojans.
Got a buddy of mine up north. He's the varsity coach of a girls' high school basketball team, and he preaches, his philosophy is pace with patience. And it's worked out real well for him so far this year. He's 8-0. But pace with patience, the importance of controlling and dictating the pace, but do it in a very patient way. And you know, that's something that this Hoggard team seems to be able to do here this evening. They have very much controlled the pace of this game, and yet kind of done it and are doing it in a very effortlessly way.
And that's Hoggard's Angel Smith, who buries a pair of free throws as the Vikings have taken a 36-15 lead. Gore takes it all the way from near half court. She misses, and Smith's got the rebound for the Vikings.
Yeah, Angel Smith kind of quiet in the first half, but making her presence known early on here in the third quarter.
Missed shot for the Vikings. Jeffries has got the rebound, and she's pushing the pace for the Trojans. Nice pass from Allen to Mintz. She misses the baseline jumper. Lovett's got the rebound, and she controls it and gets it to Boone. Allen with a very smart play, sneaks up behind Boone there and comes up with a steal.
That's hustle, and that's what you like to see. Even though you're way behind in the score, you're still working hard on the court.
Nice drive from number 12, Natira Gore. She's got 4, and Hoggard wants an early timeout here in the second half. Hoggard 36, West Brunswick 17, 5:52 left in the third.
Bubakar not too happy with that last sequence on both ends.
Happy birthday! Ms. Gulf,
Jay, with 5:52 left and a timeout on the court, we had a special birthday request at halftime, Miss Retha Goss.
And who better to deliver that birthday request than the public address announcer here at West Brunswick, one Mr. Yogi Hickman.
I'm certain that was Miss Retha's highlight so far of 2018.
Well, it's, the day's still young, the year's still young, right?
You're not really anything until Yogi Hickman's wished you a happy birthday.
This is true, and he did it with style.
He's done that for me 30 times so far. As Lovett's three rims out, Smith with a great rebound and putback, and she's got 4 quick points in the third quarter, 6 for the game.
I tell you, she looks like a solid player, Sam. Where was she in the first 16 minutes?
Jada Allen comes up with another steal. She's got 2 steals this quarter, and she pops the 3, no good, as Smith snares the rebound with one hand. Nice looking rebound there. Barefoot pushing it for the Vikings, loses it out of bounds, but it'll stay with Hoggard.
I'll tell you what, you don't get any points on the scoreboard for a hustle, but if you did, Jada Allen just had a 3-point shot. That kid's up and down the court, really working hard. Good hustle by the senior Jada Allen.
Nice inside pass. Britt misses. I think that was Locklear called for the foul, and Britt's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
What a really nice dish inside that time by Angel Smith. Inside to Keely Britt. So Britt goes to the line, shoots a pair.
Jay, I'll tell you, and not just from the perimeter, this is an excellent Hoggard shooting team. They're great from the foul line, great from deep. I mean, those last 4 free throws from Britt and Smith have not even touched the rim.
And here they continue to press full court. They're not doing this to win the game. They're doing this to practice and to practice in game situations, which you just can't replicate when you're going at each other in your practices. But Bubakar's not trying to, rub it in here against West tonight. He's got a huge lead, 23-point lead. But they're working on things, trying to become a better basketball team as this season wears on.
Smith with a nice drive, another nice pass inside. Barefoot fakes the 3. She shoots the little floater around the rim, no good. Loose ball corralled by Barefoot, who missed the initial shot there. Love it from way downtown, no good. Nice offensive rebound, put back, no good. Knocked out of bounds, and West Brunswick will have possession.
Hoggard's got some size with Keely Britt, Angel Smith, some athleticism with Lovett, great shooter. Barefoot handles the ball real well. This is a very, very well-rounded squad.
Barefoot comes up with a steal, look ahead pass to Lovett, threw it right over Autumn Bland's head to Britt, who was fouled on the shot attempt, and Britt's going to go back to the line for 2.
They just moved the ball down the court that time without dribbling, Sam. Pass inside. Britt gets fouled, so she goes back to the line to shoot another 2.
And the first free throw of 2, rims out, no good. Jay, that was excellent insight earlier, the pace with patience theme, and it's perfectly fitting for this game tonight, as this Hoggard team likes to push the pace, but I cannot recall one time that anyone on this Hoggard team has, thrown an ill-advised pass or tried to force one down low that wasn't there. I mean, they're making crisp passes, finishing when they get the ball at the rim, getting defensive rebounds, and surging the ball ahead. I'm very impressed.
These ladies are good. There's no question about it. A lot of individual talent on this team, but also the team concept very much in play here. It's easy to see why they have been as successful this season as they have, Sam. And listen, the old rust or rest, right? Being off all this time, looks like they used the rest to their advantage. Not rusty at all.
Britt's shot is no good, but she's fouled, and she's going to go to the line. After this pair, she will have attempted 6 free throws already in the third quarter.
Exactly, and she's looked pretty solid each and every time. A lot of times you can tell when a shooter releases the ball from the free throw line, just the rotation, the spin, you can tell it's going in, and Britt kind of gives you that look.
Britt is 6 of 7 from the foul line tonight for the Vikings, and she's got a game-high 14 points right now with 3:45 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Lola Lovett had 10 points in the first quarter, hasn't scored since, and there's another turnover, an easy bucket.
Blair barefoot with the steal and the layup for the Vikings. And West Brunswick head coach Dylan Johnson wants a full timeout with 3:30 left in the third quarter and the Vikings leading 45-17. ATMC TV's basketball game of the week is brought to you by John Donahue Automotive. Need a new car or want a pre-owned? John Donahue Automotive is your Buick, GMC, Chevy, and pre-owned dealer. Take the quick trip down 130 and check out its great selection. John Donahue Automotive can also service your vehicle. Just give them a call today at 910-642-2400. John Donahue Automotive, a new way to buy a vehicle.
John and Debbie Donahue are about as good of people as you're going to walk into and meet, Sam. And I know you've known them forever and a day. You were telling me about back in the day in high school when you used to go on ski trips or something, and John's driving the bus or driving the car with the kids from youth group. He's a good guy. He's got a wonderful business, a great family, and we're really happy that he's a part of the ATMC telecast here for basketball season.
I echo everything you just said, and then some, Jay. In 30 years, I could count the number of people on one hand, that are, on the same level as John and Debbie Donahue. Just fine people. Natyra Gore's shot is up, no good. She's fouled, and Gore's going to go to the line for 2.
Tyra Gore continuing to work hard, even though the score on the board not in West's favor, not even close. But the kids are continuing to hustle out there, and it's paying off for Tyra Gore with a couple of free throws, and she makes them both.
Gore knocks down a pair from the line. It's 45-19 Hoggard. Jay, we've been doing this long enough now, I guess 3-4 years of basketball, however long it's been, where we've seen some players like this senior class for almost the entirety of their careers. And, Natyra Gore is going to be one of those players that I'll really miss, when she's gone. I've just really enjoyed watching her in her playing career. As Lovett knocks it down a jump shot, plus the foul. Lovett will go to the line trying to make it an old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, one of the real treats of doing what we do is to watch these kids mature, mature physically, mature as athletes, as students, and Gore certainly one that seems like she has been around forever. She's played at a high level for so long, and she's still doing it, as you see right there.
Yeah, Jay, she's got 6 points in the third quarter alone, 8 for the game. Really one of the bright spots here tonight for this Trojan squad. Nice look in, shot no good, but Ellison Louthan was fouled on the attempt, the junior forward, and Louthan's going to go to the line for 2.
That all started with a really nice ball fake by number 23, Olivia Hawkins. Had a couple of three-point shots in the second quarter, but showed good presence of mind that time on the pass by First, doing the ball fake, getting the defender off balance and then making the good pass inside.
Louthan misses that free throw, and Hoggard has a 49-21 lead, 2:10 left in the third quarter. Allen's pass into Logan Locklear. Jeffries' jumper no good. Gore fighting for the loose ball, but Hoggard comes away with it.
There's too many blue shirts inside.
That's going to be a foul on West Brunswick's Dinah Jeffries. And I believe it's going to put the Vikings in the 1-and-1 penalty.
Yeah, that's team foul 8, I think.
As Mia Boone is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. Hoggard with a 28-point lead, 1:53 left in the third. Free throw is missed. Really good box out there from Gwen Gentle, number 10. Dombrowski with a nice entry pass into Tyra Gore, who bullies her way into the post and puts it in. She's got 10 for the game to lead all Trojans. Minute and a half left in the third. It's 49-23 Vikings.
Yeah, and 8 of that 10 is here in the third quarter.
Love it, open for three.
Wow.
No good. Look, dead on line. Gentle chases down the rebound.
Let me tell you, that kid has a sweet shot. What great form. You want to see how to shoot a jump shot? Watch her. Watch Lola Lovett.
Jay, it's even beautiful when she misses as Allen fires one up there, no good. Gentle scrapping down on the low block, but Hoggard comes up with the rebound. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Vikings lead by 26.
Yeah, she extends, she follows through. She's a really good shooter. There's some good hands that time inside.
Leanna Mitz checking into the game for number 12, Natyra Gore, who has almost been the lone source of offense for the Trojans in the third quarter. Leanna Mitz made a free throw. Otherwise, it's been all Gore for the Trojans in this third period.
All Gore all time, right?
Love it with a nice cut. Gentle just takes it from her in the paint. And there's 25 seconds left in the third. And West Brunswick trying to get a bucket before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, good way to close out period 3 if they could make a basket.
Mintz drives baseline. She's cut off, tries to get it to Gentle. Allen's open for three. Short, no good. Fighting for the loose ball with Lovett. Lovett's got it. Third quarter clock winding down. She makes a pass in, layup up, and good from number 21, Millie Kiesler. And what a finish to end the third quarter after 3 periods of play here in Charlotte on your ATMC TV basketball game of the week. It's Hoggard 51, West Brunswick 23.
The students before this program didn't understand what journalism or responsible journalism was and how important it is to society right now. And being in this class and being partnered with major names like ATMC and PBS and UNC TV, they understand that what they're doing is so critical and so important, really to ensuring that responsible journalism. And they've gotten to this place now where not only do they see the importance in it, but they want to do their very, very best. This is a STEM-based reporting labs for PBS and UNC TV out of Chapel Hill. So these students are not only, working towards their future careers, but they're already working with major news organizations, major journalism organizations, and every year we're adding to that and making sure that these students know that they have these opportunities for scholarships, for college, and for career advancement as soon as they graduate out of these classes. The grant that I applied for was specifically for lighting equipment. We didn't have any lighting at the time, so the students were having to work with a lot of natural light and creating light with different shades. So now we actually have professional grade lighting in our soon-to-be studio. ATMC is such a huge benefit to this community. I know myself and several other teachers that have applied for grants and received grants and funding from them, and it means so much because it's a co-op, so they're really for the community, they're providing back to their community, and it's just, to me, it shows how great it is to be down here in Brunswick County and to be you know, linked up with someone like ATMC. We just really appreciate having them donate and really see our vision and try to help bring that to light in the classroom.
Foul called on West Brunswick's number 10, Gwenna Gentle. 7:49 left in the fourth quarter. Hoggard with a 51-23 lead. First free throw up and good for Hoggard's number 31, Julie Wilkinson. Her first point of the night, rather. And West Brunswick, Dylan Johnson wants a timeout 11 seconds into the fourth quarter. Jay, I know you might not have enough time to answer this question. What do you see that you really like from this visiting Hoggard team?
Well, yeah, I like the way they've controlled the pace, and I like the way they've done it in a very efficient, patient manner. They work offensively, they get good shots, and they're excellent shooters. So, you know, you take good shots, good things are going to happen. Even if you miss, chances are you're in a good position to get a rebound, get a second shot. Worst case, you're in a good position to transitionally get back on defense. So they played a really good game here this evening. West has struggled. They've struggled offensively, they struggled defensively. The first 6 minutes of the game, not so much. They played tough, but ever since then, it's been pretty much all Hoggard.
Wilkinson knocks in a pair, and the Vikings lead 53-23, largest lead of the night for Hoggard at 30 points. And we get our first look at West Brunswick's number 3, Ashley Trapp, the junior guard. A good outside shooter. Seen her knock down multiple three-pointers in a game earlier this season. That's Dombrowski for 3, and Dombrowski knocks it in. Big-time shot from the freshman.
They needed that. They had gone the entire third quarter, and Gore was the only player to score from the field. Mintz had a free throw, so Dombrowski, the freshman, comes in. Good look inside by Lovett.
Great pass from Lovett to number 24, Ellison Louthan, who puts it in for 2.
Yeah, talk a lot about Lovett's ability to shoot the basketball, but she's quite adept at passing too, giving the ball up. She is a good player, Sam.
Three-point attempt up, and Dombrowski again knocks in the 3, back-to-back three-pointers from number 11, Alexis Dombrowski.
The precocious freshman, not afraid to go at it toe-to-toe with the big guys.
Boy, Jay, take your pick. I think Lovett was fouled there by about 3 different West Brunswick players, and she's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
She has the tendency to attract a lot of defenders. Does the senior guard, Lola Lovett. Averages 14.5 points a game. She's right at her number now.
Jay, that's got to be exciting if you're Dylan Johnson to see your freshman step up against a team of Hoggard's caliber and knock down back-to-back three-pointers. She shot those 2 with confidence.
Absolutely, you know, stepped up, got a good look, squared up at the bucket, and brought it home. Wholesale substitutions for West, a couple of new players coming in for Hoggard as well.
Lovett, shockingly enough, misses the first of 2 free throws. She's done everything else right tonight, partner.
That happens all the time, doesn't it? Talk about how good they shoot and then they miss, but Lola Lovett does not miss too many, and even when she does, she looks awful good. What a beautiful looking jump shooter.
Yeah, Jay, Lola Lovett certainly in the running for Mid-Eastern Conference Player of the Year at this rate. You know, she's just having a fantastic season thus far. 6:18 left in the final period. Hoggard leads by 27. You see they're guarding Dombrowski this time. You know, they're really pushed out on her. Mercer misses, grabs her own rebound. Putback is up and in for Mercer. And West Brunswick with 8 quick points here in the fourth quarter. It's 56-31 Vikings.
As many as they scored in the entire third quarter, Sam. So basketball, funny game. And Boubacar Al doesn't like it and calls a timeout.
Full timeout, Hoggard.
Bringing his kids over to settle them down with a, I can't even add, 25-point lead, I think.
Jay, one theme that I've noticed here tonight is every time Hoggard comes out of a timeout, they've executed something to a T, whether it be on offense or defense. I mean, they just are a sharp squad.
So, you know, that's one of the things when I'm watching particularly college basketball, you always look to see what kind of shot you get out of the timeout. And I don't know, I used to think that's an indication of good coaching. That's probably not true, but at the same time, you like these coaches that are able to kind of, again, control the situation and dictate a good shot. And let's see what the Vikings can do out of this one.
Hoggard with a 56-31 lead, 5:50 left in the game on your ATMC TV basketball game of the week. Jada Allen comes up with a steal.
And there goes my theory, right?
Yeah, right. So much for my theme of the night, huh?
That's right. It happens.
Nice pass from Allen to Mercer. Misses the layup. She's fouled. Only the third team foul of the second half on Hoggard. 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
You talk about drawing it up right. The lovely pass inside.
It was a shooting foul, so Mercer's going to go to the line for 2. She's got 4 points here tonight, looking to add to that total. First free throw is off the side of the rim and no good.
Yeah, that's the situation that West needs to take advantage of with a kid the size of Mercer, where you can literally lob the ball inside. You can actually throw it over the hands of most defenders and get it to her in a position around the basket to score.
And Mercer misses the second of 2 free throws, so the score stays 56-31 in favor of Hoggard. We're getting our first look at West Brunswick's number 23, Courtney Gore. 3 from the corner for Hoggard. That's number 20, Isis Tresvik, up and good. Boy, Jay, they got shooters up and down that bench.
And they do, and when you watch them shoot, they all shoot. They square up, release the ball at the top of their jump. Really well-schooled in shooting the basketball is Hoggard.
And yet another Gore checks into the game for West Brunswick. This time it's number 31, Kai Gore.
I get the impression Gore is a very popular name in Brunswick County. Am I right?
It's like Smith everywhere else. And Jay, I'm going to have to give Dylan Johnson a hard time after this game. He puts Kai Gore into the game, and she scores a bucket 2 seconds into the game. Maybe she should have been in all along, huh?
Well, you know, I think she was, Coach Johnson was just waiting for that right time, you know?
That's right.
And he picked it.
Dylan Johnson knows, he's learned more about basketball today than I've known my whole life.
Well, he's forgot more than I know, so I understand what you mean.
Kai Gore catches it in the high post, rifles a pass to Natira Gore in the corner, back out to Dinah Jeffries, and Courtney Gore. There's 3 Gores on the court for West Brunswick, and a Dombrowski. That time, Kai Gore's pass is deflected and stolen by Hoggard, who pushes it ahead. Ball fakes, a lot of ball fakes for Hoggard. You know, they just do a lot of little things very well.
Fundamentally, they are very sound, very sound. You know, one thing I've always, again, observed over the years, high school, college, you know your first team units are going to play a certain way because that's why they're on the first team, right? But it's the second team and the third team that comes in. Do they continue to play the game the same way?
Right.
And when they do, that's generally a sign of some good coaching. And that's what you see out of Hoggard here tonight. Doesn't matter who's playing, they play the same way.
Long jump shot from Wilkinson off the rim, but Courtney Gore couldn't corral the defensive rebound, and it caroms out of bounds. Hoggard will have possession. 3:40 left in the game. Hoggard 59, West Brunswick 33. And Gore redeems herself with a steal, and Dylan Johnson imploring his team to get set up in its half-court offense.
When you pick that dribble up, they're going to be all over top of you.
Dombrowski again, this time it's no good. Tresvik with the rebound for the Vikings.
But that's not a bad shot, Sam, you know. That's not a bad shot at all. Uncontested free, she can make that shot.
Grace Howe, the sophomore guard for the Vikings, nearly lost it out of bounds. She collected it, but then she stepped on the inline, so the Trojans will have possession. Just over 3 minutes left in the game. Hoggard leads by 26. And Howe comes up with a steal. She's driving all the way. The layup attempt is no good. Ashley Trapp called for a foul. And Howe's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Sam, we got about 3 minutes to go. I'll try to weave in my John Thompson story between now and the end of the game. As we mentioned, Bubakar Al played for the Hoyas back in the 90s. He's in the top 100. He's number 70 all-time Georgetown players, and that's a pretty good cast of characters. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, I forget, somebody's got to help. Got to help Alexis bring the ball in. She's pretty good, but she does need somebody to throw it to.
Courtney Gore with a nice, strong, aggressive take. She's fouled on the mid-range shot attempt, and Courtney Gore's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
So I was doing some writing for the Big East basketball yearbook at the time, and the publisher asked me if I wanted to go down to the what they call a Kenner League, which is a summer basketball league in Washington, D.C. It's a creme de creme league. And all the great players come through there, so we could take some pictures of a guy named Dikembe Mutombo, who was coming into Georgetown that year as a freshman.
Did you wag your finger at your publisher?
I did not.
The Dikembe wag?
I did not. We didn't. He wasn't that good yet. He was good. He just wasn't that well known. Anyway, long story short, we're down on the court taking pictures, and a guy comes down to us and says, "You got to get off the court." And we said, "Oh no, we have permission. We got press badges, and we're okay." He said, "I don't care what kind of badges you got." He said, "Coach Thompson says you got to get off the court." And we said, "Where's Coach Thompson?" And we looked in the far corner of the gymnasium, McDonough Arena. There was big John Thompson up in the corner, and he just kind of pointed his finger at us and goes, "Out." And we said, "Yes, sir." So,
show me the exit.
My claim to fame is that John Thompson threw me out of a gym.
Wow. That's a great story.
But it's a true story. It's an absolute true story. But the publisher still got the pictures of Mutombo. We still got the story written, and everything turned out okay.
Boy, Jay, you just mentioning it kind of, reminded me as Hoggard goes in for a shot, no good. Nice job by Autumn Bland with those long arms, corralled the rebound. The guys who have went through that program, the list of names is just remarkable. You're talking about Allen Iverson, Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo. Some of the all-time greats.
Well, that's my point, and that's why when you say Bubakar Al is number 70, that's pretty impressive.
Company.
You're not kidding. And obviously he must have paid attention to what Big John told him to do, because that has translated into him coaching a girls' high school basketball team at the same level.
Well, really nice athletic play by Tresvik there. She can't put it in. Courtney Gore comes up with a rebound, but she falls to the ground and is whistled for a traveling violation. And Jay, of course, Georgetown was a you could pretty much write him in at the beginning of the season in the early 80s or early to mid 80s as a national championship contender. Michael Jordan hit a game-winning shot to beat John Thompson's Hoyas in '82. I believe Georgetown won it 2 years later in '84. The Hoyas were upset by Villanova.
One of the greatest games. One of the really, really great collegiate basketball games. Just, plain old basketball game, that Villanova win. Nobody gave them a chance.
But that's why you play the games, right, partner?
Yeah.
And the game we played here tonight is winding down. Really nice catch from Autumn Bland. She can't make the layup. That was a great entry pass here.
Happy with the pass, just not happy with the shot. But if you're Al, you got to be happy by that bucket by Tresvik. Strong to the basket, three-point play the old-fashioned way.
And Jay, I know it's been limited action for Tresvik. She's a freshman. And we've seen her go up on an offensive rebound and nearly make a layup all in one motion. We've seen her knock down a corner three, and now we see her almost with an old-fashioned three-point play. That's a lady to keep an eye on as we move into the next few years of Mid-Eastern Conference women's basketball.
Well, yeah, Dombrowski as a freshman is doing a nice job for West here this evening, and certainly Tresvik for Hoggard doing the same thing.
As this one winds down, Jay, Hoggard with a 62-34 lead. Take us home, partner. What'd you see here tonight in this varsity girls game?
You saw a really quality high school basketball team in Hoggard. You saw a team that's working hard, which is West, just trying to get better. Has been better, will be better as the season goes on. But they got a lesson here tonight against a superior team from Hoggard.
And with the win, the Hoggard Vikings improved to 13-2 and an unblemished 5-0 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. The Trojans fall to 8-6 overall, 1-3 in league play for the entire ATMC TV team. He's Jay Combs. I'm Sam Hickman from Charlotte. It's the Hoggard Varsity Girls 62 and the West Brunswick Trojans 34.